Welcome back to This Day in Irish History. I'm your host, Raymond Welsh. Before we dive into today's story, if you'd like to explore other significant events that happened on this day in Irish history, visit thisdayirishhistory.com. The link is in the episode description. Now, let's journey back to March 19th, 1988, to one of the most shocking and brutal incidents of the Troubles, the Corporals Killings in Belfast. On this day, British Army Corporals Derek Wood and David Howes were dragged from their car and murdered by members of the Provisional IRA in West Belfast. This tragic event unfolded against the backdrop of escalating tensions following the Milltown Cemetery attack, which had occurred just 3 days earlier. The Milltown attack took place on March 16th during the funeral of 3 IRA members, Gibraltar 3, who had been killed by the SAS in Spain. As mourners gathered in Milltown Cemetery, Loyalist paramilitary Michael Stone launched a gun and grenade assault on the crowd, killing 3 people and wounding dozens more. The attack was a watershed moment, further inflaming an already volatile situation in Northern Ireland. Just days later, a large funeral procession was being held in West Belfast for one of the Milltown victims, IRA volunteer Kevin Brady. It was into this highly charged and dangerous atmosphere that Corporals Wood and Howes inadvertently drove. The soldiers, dressed in civilian clothes and driving an unmarked car, suddenly found themselves in the middle of a crowd of mourners. Suspicious and already on high alert for potential loyalist threats, members of the procession immediately surrounded the vehicle. Panic ensued as the soldiers attempted to escape. Wood drew his service pistol and fired a warning shot into the air, but this only escalated the crowd's anger. The car was attacked, windows smashed, and the men were dragged from the vehicle. In horrifying scenes caught on camera by news crews and later broadcast worldwide, the 2 corporals were beaten and then forcibly taken away. They were driven to a secluded area in West Belfast, where they were subjected to further brutal treatment. In the end, both were shot dead by their captors. Their bodies were dumped on waste ground and later recovered by the authorities. The murders of Derek Wood and David Howes sent shockwaves through the UK and Ireland, as well as internationally. The graphic nature of the killings and the fact that they had been caught in film made the incident one of the most infamous of the Troubles. It was widely condemned by political figures across the spectrum, including nationalist and Republican leaders, who saw it as a grave miscalculation that damaged their cause. In the aftermath, the British government and security forces intensified their operations against the IRA. The incident also strengthened calls for renewed efforts to find a political resolution to the conflict. Several individuals were later convicted and sentenced in connection with the killings, though tensions in Northern Ireland remained high for years to come. The Corporals' Killings remain one of the darkest episodes of the Troubles, a stark reminder of the cycle of violence that gripped Northern Ireland for decades. Today, as we reflect on this tragedy, we also recognise the progress made since, with the Good Friday Agreement bringing an end to much of the violence that defined that era. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Ireland's rich and often painful past. Please like and subscribe, and until next time, I'm Raymond Welsh. Slán go foil.